Welcome back to Fairy Tail Anime Review Episode 83. We are here reviewing the 25th episode of the series and also the final episode of Season 1 of Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest Homecoming, which steps from the rest of Chapter 88 and goes straight to Chapter 91, which, it's evident, the Moondragon arc is officially concluded with this very episode. And they do start adapting the very next arc, Grand Labyrinth, which kind of makes sense. Given the fact that when I was rereading the chapters, 91 picked up exactly where this left off. Because it'd be weird left with a cliffhanger, like the way it did. Basically, watching the end of this episode, it clearly laid the groundwork for, well, not only next week, but for potential Season 2, which I hope they greenlit Season 2 as soon as possible and put in production. But we'll get to more on that later. So, we start off with, well, Team Natsu take on Altface, where it seems like trying to think about it look like they're on magic, but then we have Irene show up again, first time since the Water Dragon arc that she's shown up, where she actually made an appearance prior to this, where she points out basically the magic is not technically on, just the body is not registering it. So they boost their magic up, all four of them, and they proceed to, thanks also some great fight music too, which is amazing. And of course, Natsu and everybody proceeds to destroy Altface. The being is destroyed, the magic is stabilized for the moment. They'll, of course, will stabilize magic even further, keep it more harmonized. They, of course, celebrate, not just with some destruction, obviously, because that's what we know he does. And of course, the chief, basically Chief Remedy, apparently is as basically, well, and also something about decency with nudity. So then they're like, okay, let's go home, because they have been gone for quite a while. And if you're curious, how long ago did this arc start up here? Because they've been in this area for quite a while. Since episode 19. And can you believe that they covered 27 chapters in 6 episodes? They're like, really? Yeah, really. They covered that, like, it's basically 27 chapters this arc was. And they adapted in roughly 6 episodes, which is shocking. The fact that it covered in this much. And it's the only arc of the 3 arcs they adapted for the season, where the first episode did start adapting the very start of this very arc. You're thinking, okay, what about the Wood Dragon arc? The one that preceded this one. When the arc officially started, did this start with episode 8? Or did it, well, not really per se. They actually started to adapt this partially with episode 7. Yep. I mean, yeah. They partially adapted with episode 7. That's when they started doing this. And then, of course, basically, then they... Well, and this was the only arc where, when they started adapting this one, well, aside from the opening arc of the series, it's the only one where the first episode started adapting the very start of this arc, and the last episode covers it. Though it does kind of start the Grand Labyrinth arc with this very episode, adapting the very opening chapter. So... And the celebration, they get back home, and everybody's happy. Of course, they reunite with the guildmates, which, of course, like Juvia's very happy to see Gray, and of course, they was like, "Oh, change the Gray comes Juvia," and of course, Juvia's making some dolls, cute dolls, basically to keep herself busy. And she still wants to be with Gray, despite the fact she's not technically on the quest. So then, of course, basically, like they all celebrate, and they have to leave, and of course, they proceed to go back on to Magnolia, basically their home. Because if they stay further, the bar basically they're in is very similar to their guild hall back in Magnolia. So they all proceed to go home, and Natsu and the team proceed to report back to the Earth Dragon. Well, basically the guy who basically formed on this quest. Which you find is actually the Earth Dragon. We'll get to more on him in a minute. Meanwhile, though, Selene is taken to Diablos, where she's pretty much in the same look that she was in the previous episode. It was good continuity there. And of course, basically, oh, this is Helena. It's like, I look forward to eating you, transforming monster form. And of course, she asks Suzaku, is this the man who ate Katagiri? She's like, what are you talking about? Yeah. And she's like, good. Then she transforms into a dragon form first time she's done this series, and she proceeds to squish the Master of Diablos. First time in a while we actually have a death in the franchise. I mean, the last known death was Agya Logia, and that was toward the end of the Virtual Fairy Tail series. At least gotta praise the fact they actually spread this out. So, of course, then Kide to their dimension, though she comes back later on. So she volunteers because she killed their master, become the new guild master of Diablos, and their mission is to go, well, they can't exactly go after the Wood Dragon or Water Dragon because they're no longer, like, the Wood Dragon's on commission and the Water Dragon is no longer a threat. So their job is to look for the Metal Dragon and Igneo's son, who is the Fire Dragon God. And possibly find a way to eliminate all the remaining dragons. But first, go hunt the Earth Dragon. Yep. That pretty much is set up for our next arc of the series, which is Grand Labyrinth. Which I'm really looking forward to whenever they finally adapt this particular thing. And if you're really curious, okay, so how long is the next few arcs? Before I close that here. The very next arc is, let's see, I think this is like 32 chapters. Yeah. So, the very next arc of the series is 32 chapters. Well, technically, they only have about 31 to adapt because they have 91 of this episode. Golden Owl. This is roughly 31 chapters. And the current arc of the series, which is True Dragon Festival, has, like I said, it's been going on since chapter 154. The most recent that came out was chapter 178, which means this arc is officially going on for about 23 chapters. So this one's still going. So if they ever do a season 2 of the series, my guess is they're probably just going to go through Grand Labyrinth and Golden Owl. And that's probably as far as they're going to go to. Yes, but here's a really good question. How long do we have to wait for another season? That's a really good question. I don't really know. I have not heard anything about if there's going to... I'm sure there's going to be a season 2. Just, I haven't heard anything at all. It's a complete mystery. Yeah, they had season 1, yes, but there's no confirmation exactly, like, when season 2 is coming. I don't... By the way, they didn't mention Anglo in this episode, which I do appreciate the fact they did. But, all in all, this season was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I especially see the return of Brandish this series. Basically, her whole purpose is to set up basically something happen later. And can't believe this anime is going since July. Yeah, July is when the season started, and now we're basically concluded. Now, it's interesting though the fact that the company who made this also makes Eden Zero as well. I'm hoping, because of the fact the manga is concluded for Eden Zero, maybe we might see another season for that one. I have not heard anything of season 2, season 3 for Eden Zero. There's still plenty of manga to adapt, and there's no reason they can't do it. But we'll find out and see if it comes to that. But in the case of this show, I think there probably will be a season 2. There's it's open for season 2. As for longer to wait, I don't know. I have honest no idea. I would not be surprised if they announced season 2. Probably. I did hear something. There's an Anime Expo coming up next month in Japan. In March. So maybe they might reveal something about Fairy Tail. I hope so. I really do. Oh, those who worried about my Black Butler shirt. Yes, I do know about the Emerald Witch are coming. I know it's supposed to come this year. I don't have a confirmation when date was released yet. So, as far as I can tell, the only anime that I was looking forward to come out this month, aside from Dr. Stone, is 100 Girlfriends. That'll be next after I watch the next anime, which will be The Red Ranger as Adventure in the World. That'll be next. And then 100 Girlfriends. And after that, it will be Case Closed. Will I be able to go through that site? It's a possibility. If that's the case, that means I only have to worry about 2 anime tomorrow. And that being Freya and Headhunted in Another World. Okay? But this is pretty much a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, to notifications, and do the next like button. See you in a bit.